I've had to give up my time
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of it. I've had to give up a notion, a sense of balance. You know, the startup world is so fast paced, and it is like an environment where you are the master of your own fate, and all that can create tension.
Mm-hmm.
It can create pressure. So I have given up comfort and having a sense of comfort or a sense of I have arrived. And those, like, that mentality, it tends to give you some level of calm, some level of balance. But I'm in an environment where I'm always on my toes, and I've given up comfort, basically.
Yeah.
And embraced pressure, embraced the fast-paced life where things move and shift and nothing is defined.
Who really wanted with me? I'm at the top, that's 1, not 2 or 3. This real life, baby, don't make believe. I just make it look easy like ABC. I'm only 20.
Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to Student Entrepreneur Season 3. I am your host, Yewande, and your favorite storyteller around the city. As you know, on the show, we dive into the real stories of founders, funders, and builders shaping underdog cities, uncovering what it truly takes to launch, grow, and lead a business without the spotlight. This season highlights 3 types of guests: seasoned OGs who've built lasting companies, rising founders still in the grind, and the ecosystem leaders helping turn vision into reality. Now, as I always say on this show, there's no BS, just real people, real stories, and practical insights you can use. Now for episode today, I am super excited because we're about to bring in some technology that will blow your mind away. Our guest today is the founder of Salubata. Salubata is transforming how we think about fashion and climate innovation. With patented modular shoes made entirely from recycled plastic, each pair removes 25 plastic bottles from the environment, uses 70% less energy to produce, and is ethically crafted in Europe. The shoes also feature an innovative air-infused midsole that delivers cloud-like comfort and exceptional responsive cushioning. Essentially, it is very comfortable, and we'll be showing you and trying out some of the shoes later in the show. The company is co-founded by 2 Nigerian entrepreneurs, Yewande Akinse and Yewande Akinse. Salubata is gaining global recognition, and today I am joined by one of those visionary co-founders. Yewande Akinse is a designer, a change maker, using innovation to drive environmental and economic impact. Help me make welcome the one and only Yewande. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Yes, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. How's your day going so far?
It's going well.
Yes. I like your jacket. You're like a rock star. Pulled up, ready to go. Man, thank you for coming on the show. I've been amazed by you guys' technology, your shoe. I've heard a lot about it, and I'm just being honored to be able to meet you, have you on the show, and talk about it. And I'm also looking forward to wearing it later on, and showcasing how it works. But thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's an absolute pleasure. For those who don't know you, just give them just a little bit of a bio of who Yewande is and kind of how you got to this entrepreneurial journey of a thing.
Okay, where do I start from? Should I start from my backstory?
Start from Nigeria. How did you even get here? How did you from Nigeria to the US? How did you get here?
Okay. So I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. I grew up in Lagos, attended practically all my schools in Lagos.
Okay.
And while growing up, my family and I experienced displacement due to flooding. And this flooding was caused by improper waste management. There was this pervasive problem of plastic wastes always clogging the waterways, the drainages and canals. And every time it rained, the water always found its way into our house. And eventually it made our house unlivable. And it was at that point that I realized that problem chose me to really solve the problem of plastic pollution. And then I proceeded to the University of Lagos in Nigeria.
Yes.
And I studied law with focus on environmental law.
Okay.
and I subsequently acquired 3 law degrees, and then that was how. And then while at the University of Lagos, I met my co-founder, Fela, who is also my husband.
Yes.
And then he studied environmental toxicology and pollution management.
Okay.
And nothing seemed to happen between us at that time except friendship.
Yes.
But down the line, our friendship blossomed into something else, into a business relationship and a lifelong partnership. And how did we start Salubata? It started in 2020, in the heat of the coronavirus period. We came together, started brainstorming on how to really solve problems and to bring our unique experiences, our education, everything together. And then we then started making shoes. But before then, we had filed patents on the technology, on the innovation, and then when we started making the shoes, initially we started from Nigeria.
Okay.
And we had a small factory with artisans and all, but at the initial stages we had problems with standardization, and we realized that we could not continue with our small factory. Then we decided to start outsourcing manufacturing. So we then outsourced to manufacturers in Portugal. Then we moved to France. We moved to Paris, in the hope that the brand would, do well there and all. It was there we then met with manufacturers in Portugal and in Italy, and they actually redesigned the shoes, gave it a premium look and feel, and also to extend the life cycle of the soles. Initially what we had were soles like made from foam and makeshift materials, but then moving to Europe, the soles were then made from recycled car tires and imported from Italy. So we just wanted to give the shoes like a premium look and feel, and then we increased the price to what it is currently at $220.
Okay.
But it costs us about €100 to produce. So the margins aren't so incredible. But the goal is just to cater to conscious consumers.
Right. So I'm gonna say this real quick. You do a great job at summarizing things. Like ChatGPT ain't got nothing on you. Like you skipped so many steps. You said 3 law degrees and then you moved right on. I'm like, wait, let's go back to that. You have 3 law degrees in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, yeah.
How, when did you tell me a little bit about that? How was that? What was that? I want to hear a little bit about that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Initially, I studied for my bachelor's degree at the University of Lagos from 2008 to 2013.
Okay.
Then I attended the Nigerian Law School from 2013 to 2014. And then I went back to the University of Lagos for my master's degree from 2017 to 2019.
Before you met your now husband, or while you guys were still friends, were you travel? Like, what was the idea? How did you guys be like, yo, we need to do this? Like, how did you go from law school to having a shoe brand? Like, what was that like? How did that happen?
Transition.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I would actually commend my co-founder and husband, Fela, because a lot of the ideas, a lot of the innovation comes from him. Initially, Salubata used to make shoes, but from leather. From leather, bags, different kinds of shoes.
Right.
And Fela actually was spearheading that section. But it was in 2020 that we made the decision to then move from making shoes from leather to making shoes from recycled plastics.
Okay. Okay, so was he like the shoe designer? Was he
Yeah,
okay?
wearing many hats.
Okay,
Was the designer, the marketing
right.
guy, just doing so much. Yes.
So on the base level, how does Salubata work? How do you turn plastic into like for someone who doesn't know chemistry like myself, um, kind of give us a brief later, like how does a shoe work? How do you go from plastic to, a shoe, and also how do you? Because I know it has customizable tops and
Yeah,
stuff.
it does.
So walk us through that path for someone who doesn't know anything about your brand.
Oh, sure. So the way the technology works is that the plastic wastes are collected, then the plastics are shredded in a machine. Then, um, after the process of shredding, there is a process of converting the shredded plastics into yarns, and then the yarns are then knitted to form the upper part
Okay.
of the shoes. Then we use zips. Currently we use zips known as YKK zips. They are very high quality zip,
Okay.
and they don't wear out easily. It's the same kind of zips that the big brands use, like Gucci, the luxury brands. Um and then the zips are attached, and the zipper as well. And yeah, and then the base, the soles
Okay.
are made from recycled car tires
Huh.
and imported from Italy, and they're assembled at the factory in Portugal currently.
So
But at the moment we're looking to localize manufacturing in the United States.
okay. So how do you turn car tires into soft soles?
Oh, okay. It's um there is a company in Italy that does that.
Okay.
What we do is just to buy the soles from them.
From them, and then you put it. Okay.
Yeah.
So going to Europe, so you say you guys traveled to Europe when went to Paris.
Mm.
Um, what was the reason for the move to Europe, and how was that in terms of like expanding your idea into a vision like you can actually see it?
Yeah, we moved to Europe on a French tech. There's this French tech talent passport
Okay.
for business people that embrace innovation
Right.
in their activities. So um our goal actually was to penetrate the market in France, to really, especially the premium
Mm-hmm.
luxury market. And we were actually anticipating a soft landing,
Mm.
but eventually things did not work out the way we anticipated. And then we noticed that a lot of our sales, even while we're in Europe, were not coming from Europe. They were actually coming from the United States.
I see.
So we're seeing a lot of traffic from the United States while we're in Europe. And we're like, okay, so why are we still here?
Not adding up.
Yeah. Why are we still here?
Okay.
And then we applied to Techstars Los Angeles
Okay.
and got in. And ever since then, we made the shift.
What was that like? So get me to LA. So from Europe to LA.
Mm-hmm.
What was LA like in terms of the Techstar environment? What did that teach you as, building a shoe brand to becoming a full-time entrepreneur? Because I know, are you full-time entrepreneur?
Yeah, I'm full-time.
Wow, that's
Full-time for 4 years now.
talk to me about that, because full-time entrepreneurship is not easy. Yeah.
Man, it's one of the most challenging things I've ever done. Aside from law, I've also written books, but I mean, put those together and that's nothing compared to running a business, especially moving from from 0 to 1,
Mm-hmm.
building a brand from scratch. It's really difficult. Um, and it's not just about the supply chain.
Right.
It's not just about the management of contractors. It also the aspect of fundraising, actually investing into the business, and doing it full time. So it's like even the money we make from the business, we still plunge it back into the business. Investors have put in some money into the business, and building a brand, it's a very difficult thing and it's a very expensive thing.
Right.
And the cost, it never ends. Like there's always something to upgrade, a new product line to conceptualize and bring to life, new patents to file. It's really expensive and it's been really challenging.
So let me ask you
Yes.
this, right? Going back to the basics, walk me through idea to product, and then product market fit to revenue, to like getting what your first customer. How do you get your idea? I want to solve this problem. I want to do this, to making a product and finding who's gonna buy this product. How did you walk me through that? What was that process for you guys?
Yeah. The thing is, ever since when we started, we have been part of programs.
Okay.
Initially, at the beginning of our enterprise in Nigeria, we're part of an incubator known as Orange Corners.
Okay.
And we went through about 6 months of training and 6 months of ideation, market research. And it was at that time that we developed the prototype. Fella actually developed the prototype. He designed the shoes initially.
Wow. Okay.
And also filed patents for it. So those programs that we've been part of have been very helpful in not only enabling us do market research, but teaching us the important things we need to know in building a company and in building sustainably, and also giving a grant as well. We received about 35,000 euros, and that seed funding really propelled us.
Okay. So I think
where we are today.
What I'm hearing is, which is very important, and I definitely preach this on this show, is every entrepreneur needs to be part of an ecosystem.
Definitely.
Part of an accelerator program where you can be able to rub minds with other entrepreneurs, but also get, mentorship from all the entrepreneurs who've done it already.
Yeah.
But also see investors who know that your company is ready to be invested in or fund your idea. And with that being said, I want to give a shout out to Casey Swarsling. If you're an entrepreneur or a founder out there who's trying to find, resources to scale your company or learn, go to caseyswarsling.org and get the info. But I want to ask this though, more importantly, for you and your husband, what did you guys have to learn or become to be full-time entrepreneurs? What has that taken you? Because I know you have a kid too. Like, walk me through that, behind the scene that no one sees. Because you went to Techstars, now you're in Kansas City, you went to Kentucky as well. Walk me through the behind the scene that no one sees. What does that look like?
It looks like a lot of sacrifice.
Yes.
It looks like a lot of dedication. Hours that are not defined. Like, you just keep working on the business, and it's not like a 9 to 5 that you clock in, clock out. When you're moving from 0 to 1, it's like your entire life is like, even in the house, we have an office, and the house is not a home. It's like a strategy ground.
Right.
It's like we're always discussing things about business. And it's really, there is a blurry line between the personal life and the professional life, because everything is all entwined. So and then talking about from 2013, part of Techstars, then receiving an investment in Kentucky, then staying in Kentucky, and now moving to Kansas City. We have family here, and so that was actually what informed the move, just being close to family, and having them even also take care of our child whenever we're not around. So that actually informed the decision to move to Kansas City. But overall, our lives, our professional lives, personal lives are all caught in the mix.
Right.
And I feel like it's important for us to do this at this time where our child is still young, and she may not have so many memories of moving from place to place.
Right.
So I think at this time we're trying to establish some balance and some routine in our activities.
So obviously, investors want to know that you have a co-founder, right? And your co-founder happens to be your husband.
Mm-hmm.
And having a co-founder, you always have to have a balance. One might be a technical person, one might be a non-technical person. What is that balance? How do you guys, as co-founders, kind of complete each other? What is that balance for people who are trying to find out co-founders? What did you guys find out, like, this is going to work because we do this and this person does that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one thing about our small team
Yes.
is that we are individuals with complementary skill sets. So Fela handles the technical sides, like the website, the product design, the patents as well.
Mm-hmm.
He is the one that has come up with the patents. And then what I handle are operations, legal, like we get a lot of contracts, either contracts with investors or contracts with suppliers.
Right.
So I'm the one, I assess those contracts and negotiate them. And then my role also is for fundraising. Fala also does fundraising, so we do it together. Fundraising, pitching to investors, communications. Yeah, so we tend to balance
Right.
this role, and as we grow, we're going to be expanding the team.
So where you started from Nigeria to where you are now, what have been some shifts that you've had to make, or you have to understand about? They say your first product is probably not going to be any near close to what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
What was that first product like compared to where you guys are today, I would say?
Yeah, initially we used to make shoes from leather,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a wide range of options. And now we're making shoes from recycled plastics, and we just have one product right now. And on that product, we've had a series of iterations, redesigning, like what the initial MVP, what the prototype looked like, is not what the shoes look like today. And in the future, we are expanding our revenue model to include technology licensing, where we can also license our patents. So what we're currently working on right now is in expanding the product line to include technologies.
Right.
And we're working on a carbon decomposition shoe technology right now of shoes which trap atmospheric carbon, and through each step taken releases breathable oxygen. And this technology will find application beyond shoes in fashion to industries like the aeronautics industry, the automotive industry, and also the built environment. So yeah, and we filed patents for that as well. And that can be the technology can also be assessed alongside the modular shoes on the website. So just a brief of it. It's called Zero Carbon.
So talk to me a little bit about that. How did you guys come up with that concept, and like how does that really work for a layman who doesn't understand how you can step on shoes and then all of a sudden you're getting oxygen or carbon into the air? Explain that to us, please.
Yes. So the technology was conceptualized, designed by Fela, my co-founder, and he has a background in environmental toxicology and pollution management. And we're just thinking that, okay, we are in a footwear space that is highly saturated. And brands like Nike, Adidas, and the likes have taken the lion's share of the market share. So how can we really survive? So we just thought that, what, our best bet is through innovation. So Fela just, wore his thinking cap and just felt like, what, why don't you just develop this technology? It sounds like science fiction.
It does. Yeah. I'm here trying to like wrap my mind around. I'm like, how? Go ahead.
It sounds like science fiction, but it always sounds like that until it's done.
That's right.
Last year, November, we attained proof of concept on the technology. That the technology actually works. So what we're doing right now is developing a prototype for it.
Okay.
So the way the shoes are designed to work is that there are pressure points on the shoes, and there are also membranes on the outsole, on the outer part of the shoes. So those membranes will trap the atmospheric carbon in the air. When walking or running, those through each pressure point on the shoes, and a reaction within the shoes, that atmospheric carbon will be converted into oxygen and then released through a membrane at the back of the shoes with each step taken. So
This is crazy.
yeah.
What?
So yeah, yeah, it sounds really
It's
fictional right
it
now.
sounds like out of a Marvel movie. That's what I'm
Yeah,
seeing right
it
now.
does. It does.
Wow.
And that's the idea of it.
Okay.
Like to create a sense of wonder in people, to create a sense of possibility, even that definitely everything is possible.
Yeah.
Like infusing that small technology in shoes. Because other what the carbon capture mechanisms that exist at this point are large.
Right. Right.
So now imagine something really small, so small that it can be put in shoes. That is revolutionary.
Okay. I mean, that is revolutionary. I'm just like I'm trying to wrap my mind around it, which I feel like I would love to see again that concept design because that would be revolutionary.
Yeah, it is on our website
Okay.
at
See,
salubataofficial.com.
go check that out. But I will also want to ask you this because you guys obviously have raised, are you guys still family and friends seed for like how you guys have been raising funds so far? Has it been grant funding for the most part, or talk to me about that side?
Okay, we've had grants, grant funding and funding from investors. Um, institutional capital has been about like 220K, and grant funding has been around 300K. And generally we've raised about we've raised about 500,000 from grant funding and from investors at this point. And then regarding our revenue, lifetime revenues since when we started till now, it's about 840K.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a good number. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's a good number. That's a good. Okay. So, because most times startups, as you know, don't make a lot of revenue for a long time. So that's gonna you guys have some revenue. What have you seen to be the most effective way in raising funds, talking to either investors or talking to grant funding? What have you seen that work for you guys?
Well, I think the most effective way is regarding investors to apply to so many VCs and angels. Like you do, like say you apply to like 100 per week per month. So it's like the more you do, the better your chances.
Okay.
That's
Cast a wide net, and then you get the right ones that actually want to talk with you.
Yeah, because like for Techstars,
Right.
we didn't know anyone in Techstars. Even at the time we applied to Techstars, we weren't even in the US. We were in Paris, and we didn't know anyone. We just applied, and we got into a series of interviews, and we got accepted.
Wow.
So it's like the way entrepreneurship is right now is such that you don't need to know anyone. Like coming from where I'm coming from in Nigeria, before you succeed in Nigeria as an entrepreneur or as anyone, you always need to know someone. You always need to have a godfather somewhere or someone bankrolling you somewhere. But like the way it is in the US, it's like you don't even need to know anyone. There's so many opportunities. Even if the VCs are not available, there's always an accelerator or an incubator, and you don't need to know anyone. So it's like they're creating a very enabling environment such that anyone, regardless of their background or anything, can become something.
Wow. Let me ask a more personal question. What did you have to give up to be able to pursue this entrepreneur thing that you never talk about, or you always at the back of your mind, or what did you have to give up to do this?
I've had to give up my time and a lot of it. I've had to give up a notion, a sense of balance. The startup world is so fast paced, and it is like an environment where you are the master of your own fate, and all that can create tension.
Mm-hmm.
It can create pressure. So I have given up comfort and having a sense of comfort or a sense of I have arrived. Um, and those, like, that mentality, it tends to give you some level of calm,
Right.
some level of balance. But I'm in an environment where I'm always on my toes, and I've given up comfort basically.
Yeah.
And I embraced pressure, embraced the fast-paced life where things move and shift and nothing is defined.
I know. Do you ever look back and said, "Man, I could have been a lawyer," but I'm out here like, what is that? Was that you like, I should have been a lawyer, but I'm out here chasing this dream. Do you ever think of that or say, you know what, this is where we're at? How do you go through those moments? I know those moments probably come. How do you do that?
Those moments come a lot.
Yeah.
Those moments come a lot. Like, and these are conversations that I have a lot with my co-founder and husband fella. And it's like, but for him, and I think he's the one that actually motivates me.
Mm-hmm.
He's always like, why don't you see the bigger picture? Like, what if we actually create something that outlives us? Something intergenerational, something that, you know, empowers many people.
That's right.
Something that, something bigger than ourselves. So whenever he gives those motivational speeches, I just, then, oh yeah, look at the bigger picture.
That's right.
And there's so many times,
Right.
so many times that I've just said, you know what, I'm giving up. I'm just throwing in the towel. It's too hard. And he has that mentality of burn the ship, take the island. Like, you know what? I have no other options. It's either entrepreneurship or nothing for me. And then looking at him, I'm always so inspired. And you know what? Even though before I didn't see myself as much of an entrepreneur, but now I do. I've embraced
Right.
I've embraced everything, the chaos.
Right. There's a lot of chaos for sure.
A lot of chaos. I've embraced the chaos,
Right.
the uncertainty of it,
Mm-hmm.
the fast-pacedness of it. And that adrenaline, I'm embracing that too.
Yeah. If you had a chance to do it over again, would you do the same or would you not do it?
Wow. That's a good question.
Yeah, I got to think about that one.
Yeah.
Like I've gone through a lot. I don't know if I want to do that again. That was a lot back there. Like, do I want to do that again?
The truth is, it's actually true entrepreneurship that my skill sets have been most valuable, most useful, and most attenuated.
Right.
So I feel like, it has really brought out a side of me that didn't have to be in the limelight before. And it is true entrepreneurship that I am here.
That's right.
Actually talking to you.
That's right.
You're not talking to me as a lawyer.
That's right.
Or as a writer. It's actually as an entrepreneur.
It's been a journey here.
It's been a journey, and it's been a worthwhile journey. It's been a journey that has taken me across continents. And yes, I will do it again.
If you were to give an advice to maybe a young lady out there, a young person out there who's trying to get into this craziness that we are living every day, but is unsure, or someone who's out there who is maybe in it, but is like, I might want to quit, what you gonna tell them?
I would say you should look beyond yourself. You should look beyond your present and just imagine the possibility of what can be, what is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And you should look at the lives that will be changed by your solution, by your innovation, by your contribution to the world. I think sometimes I'll speak for myself, when I think of giving up, it's because I'm looking at myself. Like, why am I doing this to myself? This is so incredibly hard.
That's right.
Why am I doing this to myself?
That's right.
Then a perspective is communicated on how this can be so much bigger than me.
That's right.
And how what we do currently with the modular shoes, we're actually solving a problem, and that problem is plastic waste.
That's right.
In a year alone, there are over 400 million tons of plastic waste produced, and only 9% of the plastic waste that exists right now have ever been recycled. So there is 91% unrecycled, unupcycled, just there in the environment. So if this company were to become bigger than it really is right now, imagine the problems that can be solved. And then 5% of our profits are dedicated to empowering people in underserved communities. Till date, we've empowered about 300 women, primarily in Nigeria, particularly in the Yaba region. And I just think of the lives that can be changed when we scale and grow this venture into something bigger. So it is that mission that keeps me awake.
Right.
And I would advise any entrepreneur either looking to kick the bucket, just, you know what, let's just kill this company.
Yeah.
Just keep on. It's very difficult, I know. It's incredibly difficult. It's the most difficult thing you most probably have ever done.
Right.
But when you look at bigger picture and your place in it, that this bigger picture can exist because you choose not to stop.
That's right.
I mean, just look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
That's all.
On that note, as we're coming to the end of the show, because you talked about the bigger vision, what is that bigger vision? What is that bigger problem you're trying to solve with Salubata, especially with, plastic waste being such a huge problem? What is the goal, and what you guys are trying to accomplish in the future? And also talk about the real, the negative side of what would happen if this 91% of plastic is not recycled. What would happen with that, and what you guys are trying to accomplish?
Yeah,
I asked a lot of random questions, but go ahead.
Yeah. So our near goal is to offset, currently we've offset about 800,000 kilograms of CO2 equivalent. And our goal is to do millions. And currently we have converted 150,000 plastic waste to shoes. And our goal really is to do at least 10 million plastic waste to shoes. And if the problem of plastic waste, I'm addressing plastic waste in particular because I have a lived experience with it. If the problem of plastic waste, if the problem of plastic waste is not addressed, there are a lot of problems that would occur as a result of that. Currently, scientists, researchers have discovered that there are microplastics in the brain right now. In like a lot of microplastics have found its way even into sperm cells. So this problem is bigger than we actually think it is. It goes beyond landfills being filled with non-biodegradable PET plastic bottles. It goes beyond that. Microplastics have actually found its way into our daily lives, into our bodies, and it's causing a lot of problems, cancer, so many hormonal imbalance, and so much more to come in the future if we do not address this problem, if we do not seek alternatives to plastic waste or find a way to just take them completely out of the environment. And that is the problem we are addressing with Salubata. And in the future, we're going beyond plastic waste, plastic pollution, to air pollution. So at Salubata, our vision is to invent lifestyle technologies that help people and the planet. And we're beginning with the fashion industry because the fashion industry is one of the greatest polluters. And that's why we're starting with fashion. But we're eventually going to be moving into other industries and addressing root causes of pollution in the near future.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. I need a with drum roll somewhere. Yewande, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
for what
having
you do
me.
with Salubata. This is really inspiring and also very innovative in the way you guys are doing it. And I know that you guys are gonna, go beyond bounds, all the way from Europe to LA to Kentucky to Kansas City. Let me ask you this. Give me one reason. Why KC?
Why not KC?
Why
Why
not
not
KC?
KC? Honestly, it's the pulse of the
That's
city.
right.
It's the comeliness of the people.
Yeah.
I mean, why not KC?
Yeah, I had a guest on the show that said KC has grass and other places usually do not. So you can touch the grass in KC. But thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
For those who are watching from home, this episode was brought to you by Social Venture Studios out of Keystone here. We have amazing entrepreneurs in the city. And as you know, I'm your favorite host in the city, Zeke Wanganga. I will see you guys on the next episode. Share this, let people know that we're here, and I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye-bye for now.
I'm dripping, it's working. Around the clock, I get to it. Don't take no breaks, I just do it. Just watch me work, I